guys, and welcome to the vlog. We are currently on our way to my ultrasound appointment, and I am seriously been so excited about this for like the last 3 weeks when we scheduled it. So about 3 weeks ago when I went in for my 33-week appointment, she just did the measuring from the top of like my uterus to my pubic bone, and however many weeks you are, you're supposed to measure that many centimeters. So I was supposed to measure 33 centimeters, I was only measuring 31. So she said that I was measuring 2 weeks behind, and she scheduled this ultrasound. It's a growth ultrasound. We haven't actually had an ultrasound since 19 weeks when we did the anatomy scan. So we're both excited to see her and then maybe see if she's head down now, which I think she is. I've been using like the little Doppler, and I feel like her heartbeat is like low in my pelvis. I also feel like I look like I've dropped. Do you think I look like I've dropped?
Huh? Yeah, I think so.
I feel like I've gotten bigger, but like lower. It's almost like it feels heavier on the bottom. Like down here. Like she's hanging over my pants.
Yeah, I think you have.
I know, but I haven't really gained any weight either. Which I know that that's not, I was reading more about that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much the mom, well it does to an extent, how much the mom's gained. Big mom doesn't necessarily mean a bigger baby.
Yeah.
But I've been hovering around 20 pounds total weight gain at almost, I mean I'm 9 months pregnant tomorrow. I feel like that's low considering I wasn't overweight to begin with. I have a feeling that her back and her butt are on this side, that's what I'm guessing. Serious, I feel like that's like, what else? I mean, she's kicking or punching right here right now.
Got the kickers.
Like, I feel like she's going like this and her head's down here. That's my guess.
Take you to a little place where we can find out.
That's my guess. I just want to guess.
6 pounds, 8 ounces.
6'8" already? I hope not. If she goes all the way to 40 weeks, then I'm having a 10-pound baby. That's a lot.
Little beast.
I think she's like 5'5" right now.
Oh, well, that's your guess.
You think 6'8"? I've never been so excited to go to a doctor.
Alright, call me when it's all done.
I don't know for how long.
Why'd you take a picture?
Guided light in the darkest of nights. I will try to do my best until the day that I'll die.
Alright, so we just got back, or out of our ultrasound. I was a little disappointed because she's covered by my placenta, so I didn't get super awesome pictures, but I'll insert the one we did get, which was a 3D one, and she's measuring at 35 in 3 days, and I'm 35 in 6 days today, so she's measuring right on track. She is head down, so that's good. But then when she did the measurement from my pubic bone to the top of my uterus, I'm still measuring 2 weeks behind, so I'm glad we did the ultrasound because that's obviously going to be more accurate. I kept asking her if there was a way to determine when she's going to come, but the doctor laughed and so did Elliot. Apparently you can't plan these things. But next week, I'm going every week now, so next week will be they'll do a strep B test and then do a cervical check as well to see if I'm dilated at all or effaced, which she said would be able to tell a little bit more potentially if baby wants to come early, if I'm effaced, if my cervix is thinning out, or if it's super hard. But again, she did say that even if I still had a super closed off cervix, it doesn't mean I couldn't go into labor. I mean, which I get, so I guess I can't plan this shit. I guess I just wish that we got better photos. I'm pouting because I wanted better photos. And I feel like she looked like an old man.
All babies look like an old man.
Good morning. I'm actually going to measure this little bump here. Let me see. We are on the final month. Alright, so I was 36.5 inches last week. Exactly the same. I don't know if that's good or bad. That's the bump. Pretty pretty. Here's what we're looking at, 36 weeks. I guess I can't really complain though, because I'm 9 months pregnant and now I'm starting to feel uncomfortable, which I know people start like feeling uncomfortable a lot sooner than that. So I guess I can't be too upset about that, but I'm uncomfortable. And then it's like I really wanted to come, and then last night I was like not feeling good. I was feeling a lot of pressure. Like I know she's head down and I felt more pressure in my pelvis, like she was pushing against like down. And I know that like some of the blogs and stuff that I've been reading, and again, I know every pregnancy is different, but that pressure feeling can sometimes mean that like, you know, you go into labor. And then I had anxiety last night thinking like, no, stay in there longer. Don't come out yet. I'm not ready. Like, I'm not ready. So, but I am ready. I really am ready. I'm prepared. I'm as ready as I'm gonna be. So it's just, I keep going back and forth of like, all right, baby, get out. And then the anxiety of, okay, what if she really does come out?
I promise that I will stand by you forever, and I won't waste this. I'll follow you, yeah.
Alright guys, welcome back to another commentary here. I want to go over my shoulder workout from this day. So I started out with some supersets here. I really like supersets when you're short on time. And I started with some dumbbell seated shoulder presses here. Now when I say 4 sets of 15, 12, 10, 8, what I mean is that I want you to try to go up in weight every single set. And then in between each set, you're going to superset with these dumbbell bent over rear delt flies here. Notice I'm using a very, very light weight, and that's to really target those rear delts, which are hard to hit. And if the weight's too heavy, you're probably going to feel it more in your back. Superset number 2 was a seated lateral raise, and these I did a drop set every single set. So I did 4 sets, and as you can see here, I did 10 reps with a heavy weight, and then I dropped immediately. I think I dropped the weight in half here, and I burned out with about 10 to 15 reps or until failure every set. So yeah, you can see it gets a little difficult. And so the third superset here, I did these what I call goblet style seated presses, and I'm holding a dumbbell kind of in a goblet squat like that and pressing over my head. I'm using like the heels of my hand to press overhead, and these are really tough. I'm only coming down about parallel there too. I supersetted these with seated around the world. You could do standing, but I was comfortable. So these are around the world. I'm leading with my pinkies. Or excuse me, yeah, I'm leading with my thumbs, and then I'm dropping right down through the middle there. And that's just to protect my rotator cuff versus, you know, reversing back out and driving down with my pinkies. I'm actually reversing back down through the middle. And we are peeing again. Yep, I must pee at least 2 times, maybe 3, maybe 4 times in a gym session. Cool. Alright, so then I went ahead and inserted a circuit here. So a circuit of 3 different exercises, and the first exercise I did with these cable front raises, and I really like these. I do these through the legs. I have a couple different angles here, kind of difficult to film yourself, but I'm driving with those front delts, and I kind of have my hands close together and my elbows in a diamond shape to really hit those front delts. The second exercise in the circuit were these cable upright rows, and as you can see, I have a narrow grip, so my hands are close to each other, and I'm only allowing my elbows to go up as high as my shoulders. I do not bring my elbows above my shoulders, again, to protect those delts. The third exercise is a slight variation to the cable rows you just saw, but this is a wide grip, and I actually drop my weight for these because I'm targeting those rear delts once again. And then the last exercise that I did were these reverse pec decks, and I love this exercise. I'm really focused on that rear delt, so again, it's a very tiny muscle like I talked about at the beginning with those bent over rear delt flies. So in order to hit them, you want to pick a light weight, otherwise larger muscle groups like your traps and your rhomboids are going to take over. So I showed two different variations here, one double arm, and then this is the single one that I really like, and your opposite arm is actually in an isometric hold to really burn out their rear delt. These hurt, you guys. Try these out. I just got home and there was a couple things waiting at the door for me, so I want to show you guys what I ended up getting. The first thing was, I'll link these below, but I wanted to get a baby book. So this is the baby book that I got. Okay. So here's the baby book that I got, and like I said, I found this one on Amazon, and I really liked this one because it has, it's got like some pre-pregnancy type stuff, like it's got my due date listed there. It's got a lot of space for journaling, which I really wanted in a baby book. Then a place to put the footprints. Again, some more, you can either put pictures or to journal just directly on here. Home sweet home, and then it does go by months. So I really liked that, and then it goes into, so after the first 12 months, it goes into more journaling here. Into like your first birthday, how we celebrated, third birthday, it goes all the way to 5, I think it's your 5th birthday. Yeah, and then like first day of school and things like that. So, and then just some extra pages in here for either photos, journaling, letters. So I really liked this because of the extra pages. So I'll link this one below. This is what I ended up going with. And the second thing that came that I was hearing huge, like, raving reviews that this is what I need. I picked up this Wish Garden After Ease tincture, and basically it's for after labor contractions. You just add a little bit like in your water or juice or whatever like that. And it's supposed to really, really help ease discomfort and contractions, because some of the things that I was reading said that your after birth contractions were worse than like your labor contractions, probably because you're not medicated for it. So I'm gonna make sure that I definitely have both of these things in my hospital bag, and I'll be doing that video shortly. But I want to put this in my hospital bag so that I have the, I can get her footprints in the hospital hopefully, and then definitely want to pack this depending upon how long we're in the hospital for. So that's that. All right, I am going to make up some lunch, breakfast, post-workout. All right, so it is about, oh, perfect, 5 o'clock. I told myself I need to start cooking at 5 o'clock. It's 4:57, so we are right on time. Tonight we are gonna have some company over, so I am going to prepare a dinner. So I figured I would share that recipe with you. This is one of the recipes that I have on my website. So prior to working with ADO, I worked for myself, and I do have a website. I'll link it below as well, because I still have a ton of content on there that I do reference with clients still. But I did print off one of my recipes that I really like. It is these Caprese chicken roll-ups. I printed it off in black and white, but there are photos on there. So I'm gonna go ahead and make that recipe because it's one that Elliot and I have made several times and we really like it. It's very easy. Preparation time on here is probably 20 minutes and bake time is 25, so it's not that bad at all. And then I'm gonna do a salad that I've really been loving. I think I showed it in one of my vlogs. I'm gonna do an apple and cranberry and pecan salad, spinach salad, and then I'm also going to do some cookies for dessert. But I totally cheated and bought the mix, so we're just gonna make these. just to have some warm chocolate chip cookies, and then Elliot picked up some ice cream. So you can have some warm cookies and ice cream, I guess, for dessert. So I'm gonna get started with that, and I will make sure that I link this recipe below, as well as the website where you guys can see all of my recipes. But hope you guys enjoy this recipe. I feel like I've been having recipes in all of my vlogs, which is kind of interesting because we eat very much the same thing all the time. So like, we're both creatures of habit, so a lot of the times we'll eat the same thing, but I feel like it's just kind of been working out that we've been mixing it up. Maybe it's a pregnancy thing, I don't know. But all right, here we go. So I did want to start out by saying that yesterday I did buy the chicken breast for this recipe, and I ended up buying the thin sliced chicken breast. I'm gonna talk a lot louder because I know this fan is loud. But I did buy the thin sliced chicken breast, and then I just marinated it in some Italian dressing because that tends to make my chicken super moist, for lack of a better term. So this recipe doesn't say to do that, I don't think. No. And something that I have noticed is that if I buy the thin sliced chicken breast and then roll from there, the chicken breasts themselves, because they're stuffed, roll better. So that's just a pro tip. Make sure that you guys buy the thin sliced chicken breast, and if you want to, you can marinate it overnight in some of that. So
maybe I was blind, known you forever while I tried to find someone that could be my great love. Right in front of me, I didn't realize you were my dream, so you took me by surprise. Oh yeah.
So this recipe calls for half a cup of ricotta cheese. So something that I like to do that's way easier for me, instead of actually pulling out a 1/2 cup measuring tool, I like to actually take so this says 1/4 cup is also equals 55 grams. I don't know if you guys can see that right here. So then 1/2 cup would be 110 grams. I just like to weigh everything. I feel like it's more accurate if you're counting macros, and you don't have to dirty up another container. So that's just I'm not a pro, so it's not a pro tip, but.
This is reality, and now you're laying next to me. Everything feels like art, yeah. Just curious, when did you know you had feelings for me? Maybe somehow we've always known that we have chemistry, but always chasing after someone else. So this took me by surprise. Oh yeah, even in my wildest dreams, I didn't think we were destined to be. And now you're laying next to me. Everything feels like art, yeah. Wanna give you every part of me. I can't believe this is reality. And now you're laying next to me. Everything feels like art, yeah.
Here they are. So I did 6 chicken breasts here, and I rolled them up, and as you guys saw, I put the panko breadcrumbs, which are these ones. I think the recipe actually calls for saltine crackers, or that's how I made them to make them a little more macro friendly, but the macros on here is not bad. And I only used about 1.5 servings, so there's that. So I'm actually going to set this aside, cover it, and not bake it right away. I'm gonna bake the cookies first. While the cookies are baking, I'll make the salad, and then I'll throw these in so that these are ready to go as soon as they get here. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do cookies now.
Stumbling out of bed, and I still got you in my head. From all those pretty words you said, it's like I'm wasted. Every time I see your face, I'm losing track of time and space. I don't know where I am, it's like I'm wasted. and I won't waste it. And I promise that I will stand by you forever. I can't get you out of my mind. I will follow you wherever.
My mom actually makes these like fresh. They're like cinnamon roasted pecans, so I just put these straight on the salad, but you could totally buy these store-bought. Alright, here is the salad, and I'll just serve it with peas and some balsamic dressing.
I'm wasted on you. Here we are, right underneath the stars. So let's get a little reckless.
Alright guys, just so I don't forget to close these out all the time. So it's quite a bit later. I didn't really film any of dinner, and obviously our conversation afterwards. Just some family time, especially before baby girl comes. It's kind of nice to, I know my life is going to drastically change, and I don't know that I would want to be hosting people for dinner, at least in the beginning, but you never know. I do like to host. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and close out the vlog right here. I know this video was kind of all over the place. It was just kind of a hodgepodge over the weekend, but like I said, I'm really trying to rest. I'm definitely nesting. I didn't film, but we like organized the kitchen this weekend and cleaned out my office and just trying to get stuff done, especially if I have the energy, because definitely on the weekends I'm catching up on sleep, because even though I work from home, I do wake up fairly early to get my work day started. So, but anyways, I'm rambling. It's late. I'm going to bed. Elliot's getting ready for bed, and I'm gonna head up as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. Please provide feedback, comment. If you're new, say hello. I love to hear from you guys. I love to respond to comments, and give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, because I've got more content that I cannot wait to share with all of you guys. Thank you so much, and I'll see you all in my next one.
The stars, so let's get a little reckless. You make me breathless, and I won't waste it.